Hello guys, and welcome to the first of my Pokemon X and Y analysis videos. This is where I'm going to be looking at the updates that come out, and I'm going to be analysing the details, making predictions, and drawing on what I can see and saying what I think as well, just to get us all ready for Pokemon X and Y. So let's get started. Okay guys, so in this first episode we're going to be looking at the first half of the trailer and going through all the images I've picked out and just drawing some conclusions on that. So in this first image here, it's where Pikachu's on top of the Eiffel Tower, speaking to us all, and I've shown it just so you can clearly see it is the Eiffel Tower, and we're obviously looking at Paris, just showing you guys that it is Europe this game is going to be focusing on. If we go to the next screenshot now, you can also see that the electric bolts are coming from Europe. You can see Africa down there and such, so this game is based on Europe. We've had Japan and America in the past, this one's about Europe, so that's good for me. Next image, we can see this is the male protagonist looking at himself in the mirror. Obviously this game is in full 3D now, so we get some cool shots like this. As you can see by the graphics, this kind of looks a lot like Pokemon, I forget the name of it, damn it, Pokemon, the one where you play as a Pokemon, not Mystery Dungeon, the other one. I'm thinking, but yeah, this is what I do when I'm unprepared. So yeah, the graphics look a lot like that, so if you've always played them in the past, you'll get used to this quite quickly. If you've only played the main series Pokemon games in the past, it might take some getting used to. But at the moment it looks pretty cool. You can see we've got our bag there, you got a watch on, so maybe a return of the Poketch or a similar kind of make. Glasses on our head, so and obviously on our bedroom here, I'd assume. It kind of looks like a train to me, but I don't know why. It's obviously in my bedroom, but you can see it covered there. So if we go on to the next image, we have, this is us on Route 3, as you can see the signpost, which is Route 3 there. You can see some grass up in the horizon area, I suppose, and two trainers there. We also have a little kid, and I think that is probably just a grown-up man or something like that. We have a hill on the right-hand side and the pond on the left. Obviously the pond we'll be able to surf on. Assuming this is Route 3, so obviously starting again over the route, so it's like we started, Kanto started with Route 1, and I think it was again in Route, yeah, it was Unova, it was Unova, I think, that started again with Route 1 again, so obviously just carrying on with that theme. I think it was Unova, might have been Sinnoh though, I forget, might have been both of them, who knows. And then in the background we have a town back there. Can't see a Pokemon Center, I don't think. You can see some houses, and that's pretty much it we can see there. So that's done for this image. Next one, we are obviously in a Pokemon gym here, I'd assume, and we're just before we're about to swing on this rope swing over the net. Obviously you see where you can swing from by the footprints on the floor. You have a rope on the left hand side to get down as well, or up, whichever way you're going. I would assume this to be a grass type gym, so we can assume one of the gym leaders is going to be using grass types, as with most of the main series Pokemon games so far. Next image is just after we landed. You see a good use of the 3D graphics there as we twist around. Obviously there's a link in the description for the full trailer, you can see it moving, but we're just looking at screenshots in this one. And you can see kind of a beam of light coming down, which means we're in I would assume a tower, I'm not sure, with holes at the top, maybe a tree. It looks like a tree because of the bark, so that could be cool. Obviously the leaves as well. The next image, we have the female protagonist running along a route again, I would assume, and as you can see it's at the side this time instead of like behind, as we usually used to, apart from in black and white and black 2 and white 2. Obviously running aside, you can see a kind of mansion to the left of the image, which is maybe part of a town. Flowers and different types of two fields of flowers in the foreground. This might like be an alternative to grass, but I doubt it. It might just be there for. It kind of looks like it would be because it's got individual kind of blocks, I would assume, but it looks similar, but I probably didn't think so. So the next image, we can see the female protagonist a bit more clearly. We can see her outfit. She has I think it's a bag around her arm, or hang off her arm. A little hat there. I think her hair is in the ponytail, I'm not sure. And she has like tights up to her knee length. You can see a bit of her thigh. It's just between the tights and her dress. Next image, we have the male protagonist again, kind of skating in what I would assume would be the main city. We have built a statue tower, looks a lot like the Eiffel Tower in the background there, again a Europe reference, And if you watch the video, you can actually see the male protagonist is skating, kind of like with roller skates or roller blades. Instead of, so I assume they're replacing the running shoes from the old games, which is a nice change because we have running shoes since Gen 1, so it's a good change for us at least. And as I said, we got another viewpoint, so it's closer and we're in front of him. So a lot like Black and White and Black 2 and White 2. Another shot of the town here, where we see an NPC on the left hand side. As you can see, they're like the main character. They're not small, pudgy little sprites as they were in the previous games. They're full sprites. I'm trying to think of a game that uses these kind of sprites around. I think of Final Fantasy, but I'm not sure, so don't hold me to that. I don't play it specifically, so but it's a good change. If we go to the next image now, we have the female protagonist again, on a different viewpoint again, running down a bridge from a mansion. There's a statue in the background. Looking at it closely, I can see an Eevee. There's also a Galurk, it looks like, I'm not sure. Might be a trainer to the left there, and I can't tell what the Pokemon is to the bottom right, but there's definitely an Eevee there, so that should be returning in the National Dex, I would assume, or maybe just a statue. And then this next image shows her running down the bridge further on. This is the last frame for this section. You can see another kind of statue to the far right of it as she goes to a kind of a park area. Looking at the next image, we have the male protagonist walking into a desert area. We have a little kind of stone hut on the right hand side, and in the background kind of futuristic looking domes, I would assume, so it might be a kind of science lab in the desert. So there's obviously good diversity of kind of terrains here. We have the desert, we have the forest as we see in cities, so that's good. If we look at the next image now, we have the three silhouettes of the starter Pokemon. We have obviously Chespin silhouette on the far right, Fennec in the centre, and Froakie on the far far left for Chespin. Don't know why. Far right for Froakie. So obviously in there, green, red, orange, blue. And then we have a Chespin here in this next image with his names for each kind of language. And obviously a full shot of the sprite here. So let's have a little talk about this in a moment. I think it's Chestnut obviously is used in the design and the name. Kind of, you can see kind of the way Chestnut is shaped. It's similar to the head. And then pin needle, maybe. You can see the needles coming out of his head as well. And then we obviously have kind of two claws on his feet, I would assume. And a little tail there with an orange end, so that's cool. If you look at the next screenshot, which is the start of the battle scene actually, and I've put this back to the first frame. As you can see, you can just about see the kind of the base. I would like the battle base kind of spreads out from his feet. And it's either a Pokeball, it's like you can't see the Pokeball in this image, so it might just be you throw the Pokeball out and then it explodes, or Pokemon comes out and then the battle stage comes out beneath it, or like the Pokemon jumps in if it was following you, and then the battle stage spreads out from there. As you see, we've got a nice shot of the 3D models here. You got like kind of a 3D background that wraps around. It's not just flat like it was. And obviously we're looking at a different viewpoint than we used to. We used to just look at it from behind. We'd send it out, and then you just see the back of the Pokemon. You wouldn't see the front. Obviously, the opponent's Pokemon you'd see the background for, but you wouldn't see the front of your own sprites. This is a nice addition. Checking the next image, you can see the battle base is expanded. And then after that, in the next image, it zooms in to our Pokemon. So this may just be, well, actually probably isn't just a zoom for effect on the trailer, because the Pokeballs in the bottom left, which show how many Pokemon we have, stay. It's not like just zoomed in on the image. It's kind of, you know, it zooms in. I would assume it zoom in and then it would zoom out to like back behind it, and then the opponent's Pokemon would come in. And the next screenshot, we see Chespin charging up a move. I think it's Solar Beam, I'm not sure. So it kind of bends down, so this is obviously looking at the better character animations than just like moving forward to use the attack. It's actually charging something, so the next screenshot shows it. So charging more, and it kind of stands up as it charges it, which is looking pretty cool. And then it unleashes it on this unknowing Magikarp on the opponent's side. So obviously we haven't just got the battle stage where you see our Pokemon and then the opponent's Pokemon in the background. the attacks happen like that, the camera is moving around and making these battles more lively, so it's going to be a lot more interesting to watch now in the future. As you can see, Magikarp is enduring the pain there. His eyes have gone kind of crossed as he gets hit by the attack. In the next screenshot, we have what I would assume is our Pokemon, which is a Galurk, I think. I'm no good with the newer names, I can't remember them all. And I would assume the Chespin is our opponent in the back. And that's what, that's the battle stage we've come to expect. So, that's going to be still in there, but it's going to be more active and moving around. The next screenshot shows Chespin going to attack our Galurk, but instead of just being Chespin comes forward, there's the attack, goes back. It's the camera spins around. If we switch to the next screenshot as well, so you can see our whole Pokemon, and then the attack happens. It goes over several screenshots. This one, we see the Galurk, just the red stripe in the background, and it kind of turns around, has another pink stripe in front of it. Then it kind of goes below the camera, sort of, as it gets attacked, and then spins around, and then spins around more, and then goes upside down almost, and then back to front or whatever, and then finally back to facing forwards. I don't know what move this would be. It might be Fury Swipes, it might just be Scratch. If this was just Scratch, Scratch is one of the most simple moves in the game. If it was Scratch, I'd hate to see what the other moves are like. Well, I'd love to see them actually, but I don't know why I said hate. And then the last screenshot, well, that is the last screenshot. We're on to Fennekin now. So here we have Fennekin. Its names in different languages there. Fennekin is a nice design. I think it's based on a kind of a Fennec fox, I think it is, from deserts I think they live in. Have big ears that absorb heat and direct it to their heads, I think. I'm not sure. I'm no expert on I was about to say I'm no expert on Pokemon. I'm no expert on animals. So obviously a mix of a fox and a Fennec. So obviously a Fennec in the front, and kin might refer to as kind of just its behaviour. Kin meaning family, so maybe something like that. If we switch to the next screenshot, which is it coming into the battle, again you can just about see the battle stage at the bottom. This time we have 6 Pokemon, as you can see. The 6 Pokeballs at the bottom left, and Fennekin kind of, as we get to the next screenshot, kind of stands up, sort of, and the battle stage expands again here, and we can see Fennekin in its full kind of glory. And there's a shadow. I think there's shadows in black and white. I can't remember, and black too and white too. Can't remember about that far, but it's a 3D shadow now, so it looks a lot cooler. If we go to the next screenshot, it zooms in again, so it looks like a constant feature. So you send your Pokemon out. It expands, the battle stage you zoom in, then kind of might twist around instead of just switching to it, but we'll have to see about that. The next screenshot shows Fennekin charging up what looks like Ember, I'm not sure, and the next one after that shows it using it. I don't think this would be Flamethrower because that would be like a much larger attack. And then you can see here, background goes red because we're using a fire attack. Obviously it did that in previous games, but this is more fierce, I would assume. So if we switch to the next screenshot, Munchlax here is bracing itself for the attack here as it comes in, and then the next screenshot is feeling the full brunt of it, and then as it peters out you can't really see his face, it just kind of, it's a bit of smoke there. And then we have, it seems, Fennekin as an opponent and Courier as our Pokemon, and then Fennekin prepares what looks to be a psychic move, so it might end up being a fire psychic type. Obviously we don't know about its future evolution, so it might turn into some sort of fire and psychic. Who knows, we might get a combination of moves in this game, so it's both fire and psychic, but it's like half the damage of both. If you get what I'm saying, like instead of being super effective, it might be like normal 1.5 effective, I think, instead of twice as effective. If you get what I'm saying there. So then, as you can see in the Curly's image on this one, it kind of just small kind of waves of psychicness, and as we go to the next one, it turns around and the waves get bigger, and then we can see Curly there being engulfed by the whole attack. I don't think we actually get to see it get hurt by this attack, so can't tell what it is. It might be side wave or something like that, confusion maybe. Who knows? And the next screenshot, oh, it does show us. The next screenshot is showing Curly getting hurt by this attack. And then we're back to the start again. Well, that was the fast photo. So that's it for this part of the this analysis video. I'm gonna continue doing the analysis of the trailer in the next video, as I have nearly 100 images to show you, and that'd be too much for one video. This is probably getting long enough already. What are we on? 14 minutes, yeah, so nearly up to 15 minutes now, so that's long enough for one video, I'd say. So thank you for watching, guys. Back with the next video in a couple of days, when we will be looking at the rest of the trailer, including Froki and its attacks. And then we also have stuff like, what have we got? We got, you know, the cinematics at the end with Xeranis and Yveltal. We've got shots of in-game, more, you know, wild Pokemon battle, forest stuff, and loads of stuff like that, which would be really cool to analyze. So yeah, thank you for watching this analysis video. I hope you tune into the rest of them, and leave a comment if you like this video, or maybe even subscribe to me. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. This has been the One Integral.